Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to thank you for the occasion to address you all, and of course especially the survivors and their families, in my capacity as President of the Federal Chamber of Representatives of Belgium. You have gathered here today to commemorate what can be considered as even the darkest pages in human history, the Holocaust. It is a moral obligation as human beings to never forget the horror that took place in the heart of Europe only 8 years ago. Instigated by what was seen then as one of the richest and most developed countries in the world even. While today we commemorate the 6 million Jews that were murdered in the most unthinkable ways, we also, and especially here, want to reflect upon a group of victims that is too often overlooked, the Sinti and Roma, who have likewise suffered horribly in the hands of the Nazi regime. Their story, their pain is an integral part of the Holocaust that must not be forgotten. And people ought to know this part as well. The Sinti and Roma, like their Jewish fellow citizens, were the target of the Nazi ideology aimed at eradicating unwanted groups of people from society. They were dehumanized and robbed of their dignity, freedom, and eventually even their life. By the time the war ended, around 500,000 of Roma and Sinti were sent to their deaths in concentration camps like Auschwitz-Birkenau. While the last people who witnessed the mass murder of Jews, Sinti and Roma are slowly but surely leaving us, the lessons of their suffering must remain with us. Ladies and gentlemen, it is sometimes said that history can repeat itself. So, it is our duty to make sure atrocities never take place again. We must continue to acknowledge and commemorate what happened so that these dark pages in history will never ever be written again. At moments like these, we must wonder how we can apply these ominous lessons from the past on the world of today. Today we still see discrimination, persecution and violence against different groups within and outside our societies. Roma and Sinti are still confronted with prejudice and exclusion in many parts of the world. 80 years after Nie Wieder, sadly enough, we see also anti-Semitism re-emerging its ugly head in Europe. The number of cases of anti-Semitism is on the rise, and that should worry each and every one of us. Too often, we see the situation in the Middle East being used to attack Jews in Europe as well. In my hometown of Antwerp, it is becoming increasingly difficult for my Jewish fellow citizens to walk around without being harassed. That is intolerable. Sometimes the anti-Semitism is direct in violence, in threats, in hateful chants and call for violence, or at least imply that violence might be a solution. Sometimes anti-Semitism is indirect, hidden in ugly conspiracy theories, some of them as old as they are ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, we honor the victims of the Holocaust, the most vile crime ever committed, by continuing to tell their story and being alert when the ideologies of hatred and that spurred these dreadful events creep up again. That's the aim of our meeting. And today our thoughts go especially to the Sinti and Roma who commemorate to commemorate their sacrifices during the Holocaust. On behalf of the Belgian Federal Chamber of Representatives, I would like to express our sympathy to the survivors and their family and extend our continued support to the cause of making sure the Holocaust will never be forgotten. Thank you.